Hi everyone, my name is Holly and I'm the editor of International Airport Review, and I'm joined here by Ekelem Airhihen, who is Assistant General Manager for Planning at Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria. So Ekelem, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
If we could, to just get started, if you could please tell us a little bit about yourself and what your role actually entails.
Okay, I have an MBA from the Lagos Business School, and I've been to ISA Business School in Barcelona for doing business in the globalized world. And then I've had to deepen my knowledge in microeconomics, as well as policy, politics, and governance, and then African economic history. Then since I joined planning department, I've been involved in aviation now for close to 20 years. But in joining planning department, I've been involved in market research. I'm also an accredited mediator of the Lagos Multi-Dock House. And I've also been involved in strategy, performance measurement, data, and business analytics. Yeah, so that's what's been for now. So my emphasis for now is process improvement in the MD's office. Okay.
Fantastic. So how has the recovery for your airports been since the pandemic?
Yes, after the pandemic, we had this Russia-Ukraine conflict, which has affected everyone. And it's also impacted us as a country. However, there was this ACI policy brief of October 2022 that listed Nigeria, Colombia, as some of the countries that had exceeded in 2019 figures as a result in surge in demand. So we've had some surge in demand, and we've exceeded it. Recovery has been good, but again, this conflict is impacting everybody. So we're now having a cost of living crisis. We're having issues that now are even affecting the incomes. And you know, when incomes are affected, it also affects travel.
So how have your passengers changed since the pandemic? How have their behaviours changed, and what do they expect from you now as an airport?
Yes, the Economist talked about the Japa Syndrome in Nigeria, which is about a Yoruba term for migration. And so that's a popular term now. And so what has happened is that the personas of our travelers have shifted more towards young professionals who are globally minded. And then we're also having them travel with their families. So we're having a tilt in passenger personas towards that kind of people as a result of what's happening.
Great to hear. So what projects are you currently working on at the moment then in your department?
Yeah, process improvement well, across airports and departments, so that our service delivery is improved upon, and we have better passenger reviews of their experience in their airports. So that's what I'm currently involved in.
And how is your market predicted to change in the next few years? I think there must be a lot of growth that you're anticipating.
Yes, the single African air transport market is expected to affect us. And what we see from the single African air transport market is that we are going to have, there are projections that there will be about 15.9 million added passenger trips as a result of the increasing connectivity to and from Africa. And so we'll be expecting that there will be increased negotiations on issues as taxation, regulatory constraints, and even market restrictions. So those things will, going forward, affect our market.
Absolutely, it sounds really exciting. Now you will be speaking about capacity constraints, excuse me, in a growing world at the International Airport Summit this November. So we're very excited to be hosting you. So my next question is, how will your airports cope with this increased demand for travel, as you just previously mentioned?
Yes, we'll be leveraging on insights from data, and that's what we are beginning to look at very deeply. We will also be improving on passenger experience so that we will have better passenger traveler appraisals. We'll also be increasing safety and security across airports, and then we'll be having improvements on the air side so that we can better manage capacity constraints.
Absolutely, and data is going to be so valuable for airports going forward. So really looking forward to hearing you discuss all of the above at the summit. What are you personally looking forward to learning at the summit in November?
Yeah, I want to be able to gain more insights from other participants on how they are managing capacity constraints, because capacity constraint is all over the world, and we're also expecting that passenger numbers will increase going forward. So I look forward to learning.
And finally, what does the future roadmap look for airports of Nigeria? What is your future vision?
Yes, one, Nigeria has a demographic advantage. And then we have Nigerians who love to travel. It's even expected, recently there are expectations that by 2042, we'll have triple the number of airplanes in commercial aviation than we have today. So that's less than 20 years from now. And then there's also an interesting thing that the Nigerian nation, beyond oil and gas, has very many natural resources. These are levers from which an economy can recover from shocks. And so we look for the future for us is optimistic, because there are levers from which the country can recover from shocks. We're having global macroeconomic shocks, but we will recover. And then that will also lead to increased opportunities for job creation. So these are things we are looking at in the face of knowing that there are also some global trends in the face of all that. But from our own point, this is the advantage we have as a country. And we believe that the future for our industry is very positive.
Absolutely, it sounds like very exciting times coming, and we're very much looking forward to having the African perspective at our summit at the International Airport Summit in London this November. So, Ekelem, that was my final question. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too.